Okay, so I am live, and today I am going to talk about my skincare products that I've used through the years. Now, I am trying to find me on my phone because I didn't publish that I was going to go live. I've made this video 3 times, and it was just so long and so hard to edit down. I thought, you know what? I'm just going to do a live video. I'm just going to do a live video. There it is. Let me turn down the. There it is. Let me turn down the video, or turn down the volume. Okay. I just wanted to be able to see any chats that might come in. But yeah, so I just thought I would just do it as a live video because I need to talk about this, and I just really thought if I had to film it a 4th time, it's going to be another couple of days before I get a video up. And I did want to welcome everyone to my channel, Lisa Monique Beauty, where we cover all things beauty and lifestyle for the over 50 women. I am going to talk about how I treated my skin in my teens, through my 30s, 40s, and the big changes that I made in my 50s, and a lot of the products that I used and why I use them. Oh, good. I've got some people here. Hi, Angela. Hi, Luann. Yes. So I grew up in the era, which many of you probably did, when we didn't really pay attention to our skin and how we took care of our skin. And a lot of my friends grew up the same way, whereas my daughters, I mean, they were worried about skincare, in middle school, I think is when they first started talking about products and things like that. But I grew up really not washing my face. I used Ivory soap. I'd wash it in the shower, bath, and I used Ivory soap growing up. And then I did progress to the Dove Beauty Bar. I still use the Dove Beauty Bar in my shower. I still wash my face with the Dove Beauty Bar in my shower every morning. So I do shower every morning. I wash my hair every morning. It works for me. I know a lot of people can't do it. Their hair won't work, but my hair is better when it's clean. And oh, I've got Katie from Scotland. Wow. Oh, hey, Pam. My friend Pam's on here. So anyway, pretty exciting. I was texting Pam just a few minutes ago about some collagen, which I should talk about also. But I'm just going to talk again what I used to do before I really became interested in skincare and protecting my skin and the whole anti-aging process. So really, once I started worrying about anti-aging, which I never worried about in my 20s or 30s or even early 40s. But that's when I started adding other products into my skincare line. So I started using either Neutrogena or Olay products. So I would wash my face with soap. I would use the Neutrogena Total Effects as my daytime moisturizer, and I said Neutrogena. It's Olay. I believe it's Olay. Olay Total Effects, and then the Olay Regenerist Micro Sculpting Cream as my nighttime moisturizer. Came in a 2-pack at Costco. So I use that probably mostly in my 30s. Actually, though, because I'm a real sucker for the sales pitch, right? I walk into a store. If you're a good salesperson, you're going to be able to sell me anything. And so I was 19. I walked up to a Lancôme counter and she sold me their skincare line. So I think I got like $50 a month allowance, and I didn't work in college. So yeah, I spent it all on skincare, spent a couple months worth on skincare. And they sold me this thing, I think it was called Galate Milky Cleanser, which was a tissue off cleanser and a toner. And so I would do that probably most of from 19 till probably my late 20s. I just used those products and they worked really well. I didn't like to splash my face with water because I'd get water everywhere running down my arms and everything. So I enjoyed the tissue off. It was fast. I could do it right before I went to bed, and it was simple. Later in my 30s, early 40s, most of my 40s, I progressed to the Neutrogena makeup removing removing wipes. That's what I used. And I actually never really used facial moisturizer afterwards because, I'm not sure what's in it. I didn't pay attention to what was in it, but it made my skin feel soft. So I didn't feel that I needed to use a moisturizer when I used a Neutrogena makeup wipe. So that's pretty much my early skincare. Neutrogena makeup wipe and Olay products. I still love Olay products. I still have the Olay Regenerist in my travel bag. I really think they're quality products. So if you're looking for drugstore brand moisturizers, I really like Olay. Okay, so now we're going about, when I turned 50, maybe 51, but 5 or 6 years ago, I just discovered like Instagram to follow people, influencers, mature influencers. I didn't even know those existed. And I was following an Instagram account called Hey, Hi Sugar Plum. And so it was more fashion and clothes, but she had her mom on it. It's Cassie, and she had her mom on it. And she was using a skincare line called Colleen Rothschild. And her skin was beautiful. Her mom's skin was beautiful. It was glowing. I, to this day, don't know if it was a sponsored video, if she received stuff in PR. I didn't even know what that was. I didn't even know what that meant. And for those of you like me that don't know, PR means they sent you a product. Sometimes people will say PR if they send you a product and ask you to do a video in return. Technically, that's a sponsored video. Real, true PR is they just send you the product to test out, and they have no requirements, for, if there's no compensation. So it's not, we'll send you this, you give us that. It's just, they send you the products and you can talk about it, not talk about it. So that's true PR. Sponsored is if you agree to do a video or you accept money or something like that. That is a sponsored video. And then there is the affiliate. So you can get something in PR and not have to talk about it, but they sign you up as an affiliate. And that means if you purchase the product from the person's link, they'll receive a small commission on the product. So that's an affiliate. So those are three terms that I wasn't familiar with. And so I bought hundreds of dollars worth of Colleen Rothschild products, not knowing what anything was. So I was buying lactic acids, glycolic acids, facial oils. But the two products that I still have, and this is like 6 years later, I love the Colleen Rothschild's cleansing balm, excuse me. So it's like this, and when you rub it in, it looks like Vaseline, but when you rub it in, it becomes an oil, and it really does an excellent job at dissolving your makeup and your eye makeup. And then they come, every time you buy one, you get a muslin cleansing cloth, and I would fill that with warm water, and that's how I'd rinse it off and then kind of wipe it off too. And my skin felt so beautiful afterwards. And then they had a bunch of different moisturizers. At the time, I was using the recovery cream, which has like hyaluronic acid and has all these great tripeptides and things like that. I didn't know what any of that meant. I did not look at an ingredient list at all. The mom said this is what she used, so I bought it. But one of the acids that I purchased that I still really love is the Mandelic Acid Radiant Serum. So for those of you who have a little more sensitive skin, and my skin is, I wouldn't call it sensitive, but it can be sensitive. If I use the wrong products, or I use too many harsh products, or if I use L-ascorbic acid, that my skin is sensitive to, which is vitamin C. So if I use the L-ascorbic acid version of vitamin C, my skin does get sensitive. But the Mandelic acid, it does slough off that dead skin, but it's more gentle. So it is good for sensitive skin. I still use it. I get just a teeny tingle when I put it on. If you use it for a while, the tingle goes away. But initially, when you just start using it, you might get a light tingle, and that's okay. That's normal. But if it's painful, if it's really tingly, really warm, burning, it's too strong. So, rinse it off immediately. You don't want burning on your skin. That is not what you want when you're using your daily skincare. Maybe if you were doing a chemical peel, but day to day at night, it's okay to feel just a little tingle, but it should be very mild. So I still love the Colleen Rothschild brand. I used it exclusively for about a year, year and a half. And then I started watching YouTube. And I found Angie from Hot and Flashy. I think that's most people our age's first YouTube channel. Oh, yes, reactive. That's the word. My friend Pam is an esthetician, so she's telling me the correct terms because she has studied all of this, and I am not an esthetician. I am just a YouTuber. So I watched YouTube, and besides Angie from Hot and Flashy, I discovered a couple of gals. There was Melissa, 55, Mary Ellen, over 60, and Kathy Beauty Care Chats. Now, Kathy Beauty Care Chats could sell me anything. And I'm not sure if she does her channel consistently anymore, but back then, she said, this is a ride or die product. I went out and bought it. Yeah, she could sell me anything. She was she was so good, and I really liked her. She's from Texas, had that great Southern accent. But while I was watching these channels, these mature beauty channels, they were all talking about things like tretinoin and hydroquinone and derma rolling, and I didn't know what any of that was. So I started paying attention. I started Googling and everything like that. And I ordered a couple of products from the websites that they recommended. And I still use them today, even though I don't talk about my derma rolling really at all. So derma rolling, now you can get, it's like microneedling at the home. So you can get professionally microneedled, and it's going to draw blood potentially, and it's very deep needles, but the derma rolling at home is not that deep. So this is a 0.5 millimeter derma roller, and I bought it from a website called Skin Deva, SKINDEVA, skindeva.com. I think they're around $18. This has 192 stainless steel needles. I started with the 0.25, and I think I need to order another one because I want to start using it on my lips. But what you want to do is just use the weight. You don't want to push down. You just want to use the weight of the roller, and you kind of go into like an X fashion, go back and forth. I don't know. I think I did like 20 to 30 times in an area, and it pricks the skin, which then causes your body to produce more collagen to repair the skin. So it actually helps repair the skin, which reduces your fine lines and wrinkles. It's not going to really have a huge effect on deeper lines, but that's the premise of derma rolling. And while you're doing that, also if you put on any actives or anything afterwards, you need to be careful because they do penetrate more deeply, but you also could have more of a reaction. So you want to be careful, but you can use them, and it will help your serums and things work more effectively because they will go deeper into the skin. I have a spray bottle with alcohol, and that's how I sterilize it. Between every single use, I will make sure I'm sterilizing it with alcohol, because you don't want to be pricking your skin with something that has bacteria and dirt and, old makeup, etc. on it. Wash your face first, then you would derma roll. So I've tried a bunch of different ones. I like this one because it feels like it's pricking my skin, like it's doing something. I've tried some on Amazon, and I think I was sent one in PR, and it had even more needles, closer together. But I almost didn't feel like it pricked the same. So anyway, I like the Skin Deva one. Mary Ellen, over 60, said she used to do it on her lips, and it would replump her lips. I didn't really need that plumping when I first started watching it. But in the 6 years, 5 or 6 years, my lips have been deflating. So now I do want to order another one, a 0.25 millimeter, because the 0.5 I think is going to be too painful, too prickly. and try it on my lips and see if that might plump them up and also, help with the fine lines. I can't guarantee it will work, but it was, but I saw it on YouTube. I guess that's what I'll say, but I saw it on YouTube. The other two things that they talked a lot about is tretinoin, which is your retinols. And for me, because I have dark spots, melasma, and a few actual age spots, hydroquinone. Now, you cannot buy hydroquinone over the counter anymore in the US. You could up until 2020 or 2021. It was in the COVID bill to make hydroquinone no longer available over the counter at 2%. This is a prescription strength. This is a 4%. And also my tretinoin is a prescription strength tretinoin. This is a 0.1%. I did have a prescription for this, and my insurance would not cover it. And so it was going to be $150 at the pharmacy for this tretinoin. So again, saw it on YouTube, and I don't remember who. I think it was someone named Lisa. Also, it might have been. I don't remember if it was Lisa D, or there's another Lisa that she looks. I think she's half Asian too. Anyway, beautiful. It might have been her, but one of them talked about TerraSkin, and that's where I purchased these products. They're about $30 each. And the website it's Tara, T-A-R-A, like the name, Tara. But the website is Tara SC. So it's not Tara Skin, though you can Google the two words Tara Skin and probably pull up the website, but it's Tara SC. And I'm not an affiliate with them. I don't get anything for talking about it. I don't have a discount code for them, but you can get your tretinoin, and which is the prescription form of retinols. So if you've been using a retinol and want to go to the prescription strength, which is the most effective strength, it is medically proven to help with skin cellular turnover in your skin. And so that also reduces fine lines, wrinkles, keeps your skin looking more youthful and healthy. I am working with the 0.1% microsphere gel. This is the strongest that they have. You can start at 0.025%, which is what I would recommend. My daughters use a 0.05% in a cream. They don't like gels. The gels are too drying. At the time when I got this microsphere, TerraSkin did not carry a 0.1% cream. They do now. The microspheres, it looks kind of gross, actually. It has like these little white lumps in it, which are the microspheres, and the retinol is encapsulated. And so when you rub it in, the spheres break down and you get the product. Less drying than just a typical gel. I do have a 0.1% gel, just a standard gel, and I'll put it like on a blemish, but it really does dry out my skin. It dries it out a lot more than a cream or the microsphere. So if you're thinking of trying a retinol, you can start with a lower 0.25 or 0.025 or 0.05 and just try it 1 or 2 days a week. And I find this area here, I get kind of scaly. So I really try and keep it away from around my nose, because my nose does get dry and scaly. So I'll put it here on my melasma. I will put it kind of right here. I do really wide around my eyes on the bone. I don't get, up into the socket. I keep it wide. And then I will put it above and below my brow bone. I do one pea size. I do one pea size and kind of break it up and put just little dots. I do this and this. That's how I use it. That's how I apply it. Now, my daughters are in their early 20s. Of course, they're all worrying about anti-aging. My oldest daughter told her I gave her FOMO, fear of getting old. FOGO, fear of getting old, because I would talk about it going, oh no, my skin. And so I try not to talk about it in front of them as much. But she had terrible acne, my oldest daughter, in high school. And I had bought her the 0.05 cream because I'd heard that it can help with acne scars, but she would never use it regularly. You know, you can't tell them to use stuff regularly. But she studied abroad her sophomore year in college. She was technically a junior, but it was her second year in college. And she started using her tretinoin. And I went to visit her at the 5-month point. Her skin, except for like 1 or 2 extra deep pockmark, it was clear. It looked so good. I mean, it used to be I would drive, she'd be in the passenger seat, and I'd look at her face and I'd be like, never say it out loud, but I was thinking maybe for college graduation, I'll have her lasered, you know, to smooth out her skin because, you know, she had a lot of scarring. So I would never say that now. Her skin looks so good. So if you have someone, child, grandchild with acne scars, I also, you know, would consider doing this. I will say the one thing about the TerraSkin website, during COVID, it did have some shipping problems. I didn't have any shipping problems. I did order during COVID, but I don't know where they get their product, if it's from Mexico or from overseas somewhere. But, you know, with all the delays and everything, they did have some shipping issues. I've ordered probably 12, 15 times. I had one package that I put the wrong address down and it was returned to sender. And I did have to contact them saying, hey, this package never came. Here's the order number. And then they refunded the money because it was returned to sender. So they didn't refund it automatically, though. I did have to, you know, nudge them and say, hey, you know, where is this order? But other than that, I have ordered, I've shipped it to my home. I've shipped it to my daughter when she was in Colorado, Nashville. I order it for friends, my sister. I mean, I have had good success at this site. You do have to pay like more of the cash type paying, you know, versus credit card. It's worked for me. So if you're not comfortable with it, you know, you can look. I think there are other sites. I don't know any other sites. So if you want to try it, it's a place that you can purchase it. Let's see. Microneedling, very interesting and eye-opening. Yeah. So Liz said that she watched Brianna Stanko, and she had a Dr. Kappel there, and they spoke about microneedling and derma rolling. So it'll be interesting if they said positive things or if they said don't do it at home. But I do it. I like the way it feels. Oh, see. But that was kind of my base skincare, and I still use products. I actually now have a prescription with tretinoin, 6% hydroquinone. So this is 4% hydroquinone, which reduces your, can fade your dark spots. It doesn't get rid of them. If you go back out in the sun, you're going to still get them. And I asked my dermatologist, I said, well, should I even be using it if I'm, you know, playing pickleball now out in the sun and doing, you know, I'm in a beach condo or walking on the beach. And she said, yes, just use it at night, wash your face in the morning, and apply your sunscreen, you know, before you go outside. But she said it was okay to still use. So she gave me a prescription with 6% hydroquinone, 4% kojic acid, and then it has a hydrocortisone to help with any irritation. And because it's a compound and it has to be filled at a compound pharmacy, it's only $45 for this prescription. The insurance doesn't cover compound pharmacies, but if you do go to a dermatologist, you might want to ask them about a compound prescription if you don't want to try, if it makes you nervous trying an online retailer. So this is what I'm using now, a prescription. Okay, moving along. After I had my channel, I always apologize for this because people get mad at me. I did start using my La Mer around the same time. I tried other things. I compared it to Nivea, and I felt the Nivea and the La Mer gave the same level of moisture. What I didn't do with the later follow-on is the Nivea, if I used it extended periods, it almost made my skin greasier and my face a little oilier, especially around my nose area and everything. The La Mer just makes my skin look better. When I use the La Mer regularly, people compliment me on my skin. I mean, I use it, I get compliments. So I know it's not just me looking in the mirror, wanting to like the La Mer. I don't want to like the La Mer. I keep trying other products and I keep going back to it. It's very expensive. It went up $60 in the last year and a half. It is almost $400 a jar now. And I know you're going to gasp and say that's ridiculous. It is ridiculous, but it works. And I don't buy Starbucks coffees. My daughter spends more on coffee or doing her nails than I spend on my night cream annually. So I go through about 1.5 jars a year. So it's about $600 a year. I buy it, actually it's less because I buy it at Sephora. I get 20% off during the VIB sale because I'm a Sephora Rouge member. And so at the time when it was $3.25, I was getting it for $70 off? So $2.50 a jar. So it was costing me just a couple of hundred. Now, this is still a $2.50 jar. I actually have not had to repurchase it since they've raised the price so much yet, but I do really love it. So I have to talk about it because it is still in my skincare routine. For daytime, though, if you know, I wear e.l.f. I use the e.l.f. Holy Hydration. So really, it isn't a cost thing. It's just what I like on my skin and how my skin feels with it. Love e.l.f. Holy Hydration. I prefer the fragrance-free. This one is not the fragrance-free one. I also have one that I accidentally bought with sunscreen in it, but I use different sunscreens before I go outside. But still love the Holy Hydration. Like I said, I still have Olay in my travel bag. What else have I been trying and experimenting with? So I moved over to my actives, my serums, and I was gifted in PR the Dermatology Needleless Serum, and I loved it. My first 24 hours, oh, hi from Belgium. My first 24 hours, I noticed a difference in my pores and my texture of my skin. And that's what I love about the Needleless Serum. It's got niacinamide, which is for pores and texture. So if you're not sure what ingredients do what, niacinamide is really great at reducing pore size, clearing out your pores, and it's a very beneficial. And it's in a lot of things now. It's kind of like not a hot topic, but a trending ingredient, niacinamide. It's in cleansers, it's in everything. But I like the Needleless Serum. I use about half a dropper full. I just put it not in my center of my hand, but I tightly hold my fingers tightly together and I will put it here. And so I can get it on my face. When I have it on the center, I don't know, it's just harder for me to get around my face. And this is the area over my nose and everything that needs the most pore cleansing and clearing. They do get clogged. It's where my pores are the largest. So I definitely want my fingertips to be able to get around that area. So they sent this to me. I have purchased multiple bottles. My daughters use it. Occasionally, they'll still send me a bottle or two, but I've also purchased it many times. I did do a paid commercial. They contacted me and asked if I would do a vertical little clip using the Needleless Serum, and they paid me a couple $100 for that. It is everywhere. It was on Instagram. It was on Facebook. I had people, from high school contacting me saying they saw me online. So dermatology, I have done paid advertisement for, but not anything on YouTube. They're not sponsoring this or paying or anything. They just had sent it in PR. I will say my face is in a lot of advertisements on Instagram and Facebook. I just got somebody told me another one today about some electronode type thing to reduce the turkey neck, and then they photoshopped me like crazy. Puri Skincare, I cannot get them to stop using me. Puri something like that. There's Korean skincare. I am all over the place. All clips from my YouTube videos, stolen footage. If I'm not holding the product in my hand or saying the name of it, it's probably stolen footage. In fact, I will tell you, there's only 2 skincare lines that I've actually authorized footage. That's dermatology. And then I did some YouTube videos, some paid sponsored YouTube videos with City Beauty in the fall. And I can't remember if I gave them the rights to take clips of that and to use for other videos. I just can't remember what I said in the contract, but those are the only two paid skincare sponsorships. So if you see me anywhere else, it's fake. It's fake. And usually when you just see faces flashing and they're not talking about the product or holding the product, they probably stole the footage. So, but I do love dermatology. In fact, dermatology is my favorite skincare line. My other girlfriend loves Abaji. People, have their favorite lines, and dermatology is mine. I'm going to talk about a lot of their products this morning. My second favorite is City Beauty, but I only have a couple products that I really use at City Beauty. And then for moisturizer, daytime moisturizers, I love my e.l.f. I have a lot of different e.l.f. products too. I have their sleeping mask, which is heavier. This is the hydrogel moisturizer, very lightweight. I use that if it's really humid out. I want a real lightweight moisturizer. And then of course my Holy Hydration. And I've used Happy Hydration also because I bought it by accident because it looked very similar to Holy Hydration. It's not as heavy. If this is too heavy for you, the Happy Hydration is really nice also. Okay. So let's talk about products I've used in the last 2 years. I've done my skincare videos, a lot of repeat products here, but I started washing my face with the IT Cosmetics Confidence in a Cleanser. It's foamy and it just feels real silky on. And also, because I was sent this in PR, the dermatology sent me their Essential Cleanser, and I feel like it's very similar. So they both feel really nice. My skin feels soft when I'm done washing it. It's not squeaky clean. I don't like squeaky clean anymore. When I was younger, I wanted it to feel squeaky clean. Now I like it to feel soft and smooth. So these are the two products that I wash my face with, as well as my cleansing balm. So I just mix and match. This one's under my cupboard because it's so high. This one's in my drawer. This one is sitting on a little makeup thing because it's small. This one's a trial size one. So I just reach for what I reach for, but I do alternate between those three. Then I will use my active ingredients. If you're using tretinoin, you want to use this first. You want to use this on clean skin before you put anything else on. So if, you want to put it on, let it absorb down, and then you can continue with the rest. My next step is usually my needleless serum. I say it's usually, it always is my needleless serum. It's kind of a watery based serum, so it absorbs down into my skin. On top of that, I might use an active. So if I'm not using the tretinoin, I do not use the tretinoin or my prescription when I'm using these active ingredients because my skin, I feel sometimes get more sensitive. I still love the TLC Fambroos Glycolic Night Serum. The glycolic is a strong exfoliator, so it gets rid of all that dead skin. Use it once or twice a week. After maybe two weeks, I actually notice it right away. Actually, I say 2 weeks, but really the next morning, I can tell my skin is clearer. So I do like the glycolic. I have been using another dermatology product. It is their new LA Refining Serum. So this is a lactic acid and mandelic acid. It also has like licorice root extract. So it exfoliates and then also does a little bit for brightening, skin brightening. Very similar to my Colleen's Rothschild mandelic acid. This one adds the lactic acid also. So it's both of these, though, are made for more sensitive skins. Glycolic acid, if you have really sensitive skin, it might burn too much. It's an AHA, or it's a stronger AHA. When you hear AHA, BHA, those are the ingredients that exfoliate your skin. So you've got your glycolic acids, your mandelic acid, lactic acids. Those are AHAs. Your BHA is like the salicylic acid. I don't know if I'm saying that right. And that actually penetrates a little bit deeper. That's good like for acne. It's also in a lot of anti-aging skincare products and everything like that. But these work more on the surface, getting rid of the dead skin cells. The salicylic acid actually works a little bit deeper. So you can just keep that in mind if you're thinking about those. Oh, Pam, dermatology is my fave. I turned my esthetician friend onto dermatology. Okay, other products that I use. I like the dermatology. Oh, I'm going to do this one first. They're vitamin C5. I said I don't like to use L-ascorbic acid vitamin C. It's very irritating on my skin, and a lot of dermatologists will say it is one of the most irritating skincare products that people use because they don't necessarily use it correctly, and it's very unstable. So you could be using a product for a while and it works great, and then all of a sudden it starts really harming your skin barrier, and you get very irritated using it. I use a dermatology vitamin C5. I actually did buy a new one of these. It has 5 types of vitamin C, but I don't think it's L-ascorbic acid. It has peptides and ceramides. So I use this before I go outside, just because I want to use a vitamin C for the antioxidants. And I was like, well, I can't use L-ascorbic acid. So when they came out with this, I was like, oh, I've got to try it. I will put this on, and I will put the Universal Tinted Moisturizer as my sunscreen. So SPF 46, it's tinted, or their new Daydream sunscreen, which is a physical sunscreen. It's 18% zinc oxide in a beautiful moisturizing base. It's a little bit thicker than this though. But I will use these when I'm going outside as a moisturizer. And I don't need to use the e.l.f. because I feel like everything is in a moisturizer base, a moisturizing base. So I will use the C5 and then the tinted moisturizer. So I'm getting my antioxidants as well as my sun protection. Just recently, I say just recently, it's probably this summer. This summer, I received this in PR from True Botanicals. Actually, they sent me their sunscreen in PR last summer, and it was a thick sunscreen. It was just 18% zinc. This one is more thinner, more elegant, when you're putting it on your skin. And it has, my favorite type pumps where you just kind of push this down and you get a perfect amount, comes to the top. I wasn't a big fan of just their sunscreen because it was just a little bit heavier. But then they sent me their Everyday Skin Tint. Now, I'm not an affiliate for this. I am affiliate for dermatology. So if you use my code Monique20, I will get a small commission. If you get there from my link, which is down in the description box, I will get a small commission. You can get 20% off by signing up for the email. You don't have to use my code. I really do love their products. But I'm not an affiliate. I have nothing with this True Botanicals. They just sent it to me. And then they came out with their Everyday Skin Tint, and I am an 09 and a 10. I've got 09 and 10. I say I bought, I didn't buy. They sent me the 09 and 10. Love this. This is what I wear playing pickleball. And why over, the other sunscreens? The other sunscreens, I'm out and about. I'm not going to be in the sun. Like a pickleball, I'm wearing a visor, but that sun is still hitting my face. So sunscreens protect against your UVA and UVB rays, right? Your UVA rays are your aging rays. Your UVB rays are the burning rays. They're the ones that cause the skin cancer. Both of them together, you want to be protected. Your broad spectrum sunscreens protect against your UVA and UVB. However, there have been studies, and I have to find the link. If I find it, I'll put it down below. But it showed skin, similar skin types, or no, I think they did it with swatches, and they put no sunscreen, just regular broad spectrum sunscreen, and then sunscreen with iron oxides, which are the color. So if you're really fair skin, you're probably not going to find iron oxides, but in your foundations and in this tinted sunscreen. And then they put it under the, in the sunlight, and the broad spectrum and the no sunscreen actually tanned the same amount. So your skin was still getting just as dark. Your pigment production, melanin production was the same with both of them. Now, obviously, with the UVB, you're not going to burn. So long-term continuous sun exposure, you're going to notice a difference. But if you're just going out 15, 20, 30 minutes in the sun, you still can tan, your melasma still can get darker, you still can have the deepening of your skin tone with just your regular sunscreen. Your iron oxides protect a little bit more. Now, it depends. Obviously, the deeper skin you have, the more iron oxides that are in your foundations or your skin tints, the more protection you have. So those that are fair skin might not see a whole lot of difference by using something tinted. This universal sunscreen is also tinted, but they don't really tell you the percentage of iron oxides in it. But I do know the more color, the more protection you have against your melanin production. It actually is more of a physical against the short wave rays, which are the ones that cause the darkening of your skin. So this is what I wear for pickleball, because I know even with sunscreen, I'm getting sun exposure on my face. When I go to the beach, I'm under a big umbrella. I get reflective UV rays and stuff, but it's not as direct on my face. Okay, so I've talked about these before. I integrate these in my skincare routine also. My friend Kimberly, City Beauty is her favorite line. She uses all these different creams. The two products that I love the most, though I have like 5 products that would be in my top 5, but I do love their advanced retinol system. I think if tretinoin is too strong for you, you have very sensitive skin, something like this would be really good. It's 2-step. So your first step is, I don't know what it is. It's I don't know if it's, I should see if it's got vitamin C in it, but it is kind of a cream, kind of provides a little bit of barrier, and then you use your step 2, which is your retinol. So that's going to penetrate, but the two together will kind of prevent skin irritation, kind of like in my prescription that they put the hydrocortisone to kind of protect against irritation when you're using stronger products on your skin. The Barrier Rescue Firming Night Cream. I do love this cream. It doesn't give me overall long-term the same glow that I get from here, but I love the way this makes my skin feel. Like when I put it on my face, if I don't put it down my neck, I mean, I can feel it because I can tell that it's different because you feel the little firming, and it's glorious. It is beautiful. My skin is soft the next day. Yeah, I really do like this too. I just go back and forth. This is a lot cheaper than this. And then I've tested out a couple weeks ago. I picked up It Cosmetics Confidence in Your Beauty Sleep Serum and their pillow cream. They said that you would see results, noticeable difference one day. I did not. And then they said, after 7 days, you're going to see reduction in wrinkles. I did not. All I can say about this, and it's this weird texture, almost like yogurt, and I have normal to slightly dry skin. My skin wasn't dry when I woke up. It wasn't overly moisturized. It wasn't extra plump. It wasn't extra silky smooth. It just wasn't dry. It has a weird smell to it too. You can see it kind of rubs in. I don't know. I could even use this as a day cream. It might even be better day cream for me because it's not, well, it's slightly tacky. It's not really tacky, but I think it will absorb completely down. For my night cream, I just didn't find it heavy enough. I went in there to buy Confidence in a Cream. My friend Kathy from Kath Over 50, when I started talking about La Mer, she goes, you've got to try the It Cosmetics Confidence in a Cream, and it'll be in a yellow jar, kind of like this branding. So that's what I went in to buy. This was sitting right next to it, and I tried it, and I'm kicking myself because it's not enough moisture. This serum I really like. It's like a dry oil, and it absorbs down completely, so it feels good. However, I didn't look at the ingredient list. It is 12% L-ascorbic acid. Yeah, so it's 12% vitamin C, 1.5% ferulic acid, and 0.5% polydatin. I don't know if the weird smell is neem oil. I would have to look at the ingredient list. I don't have it here. Yeah, I don't know. I like this. I would use this. I like the way it feels. But then I started noticing my e.l.f., my daytime moisturizer was kind of tingly when I would put it on in the mornings, just in the last week. And so I'm like, well, what's changed? And this is the big change, using the L-ascorbic acid at night, 12%. So I'm kind of thinking it's not working with my skin. I don't know, but I do like it. If you can use L-ascorbic acid, vitamin C, it feels good. It would be another layer. I would use it on top of a needleless serum. Even though people say you shouldn't use, I think this has a little bit of copper peptides in it. It doesn't have much. When I contacted them and asked about using the needleless serum with they have a vitamin C and ferulic acid, CE ferulic acid product also, they said you could use them together. So I just don't think there's enough of it to really counteract or have a bad reaction with the vitamin C. So if you want to try it, I did like the serum, but I think it might be too strong for me. And that's it. I will say for eye cream, I did get the Lancôme Genefique Yeux. Yeah, 5 years of French, I still can't speak with a French accent. It's very silky going on. And so far, I've been using it since Christmas. It was in my little holiday gift, thing, purchase with purchase, or I think I paid $75 for their holiday gift set. And I do like the cream. It hasn't been increasing my melia or anything like that. Another eye cream that I do like is the Tatcha Silk Peony. It's like a balm. So I take a little flick like this on my nail and warm it up and then pat it under the eye. So I like this one also. And then today I was using the City Beauty lid lifting treatment because I got up really early and I felt my eyes were puffy. And this one, it kind of makes your eyelids smoother. It's not like a putty type thing. It's kind of like the Barrier Rescue. You can kind of just feel it firming a little bit, not like the Peter Thomas Roth. It's not going to do anything drastic. I just like the way it feels. And really with my skincare, I go by look and feel. So that's it. That's my skincare over the years. I still would recommend every product that I've used, even though I've switched out. Love the Olay if you want drugstore. Love the Total Effects. Love the Regenerist Micro Sculpting Cream. Still love my Dove Beauty Bar. I wash my face with this every morning in the shower. And, even though I'm predominantly a City Beauty and Dermatology fan now, there are other products that that I try. I do try and work a few different things in and different brands in. But I sure appreciate you all being here with me this morning for this long skincare review. I kind of like doing lives. I think obviously I need to kind of promote them in advance. So I am glad that you guys all stopped by and are with me. And as always, thank you so much for watching. If anyone has any questions, leave them down in the comments below. I do read every single comment. I always read every single comment. And even if I just only have a minute to heart the reply, I do appreciate those too. So, okay, that's it. Thank you so much for being here this morning. We'll see you next time.